Hey guys, Joe, Small Home Off-Grid Prepping. Welcome to our channel. So today we're going to be covering, I told you guys, was going to try to do this last week. I'm going to cover all my options because, like I told you before, I have a lot of different options here. I can, we'll get into that in a second because, like I said, I can run on the power company, my solars, generators, so we'll cover that. That's what the video's on today. But today I'm starting off just kind of taking a little walk to my property here. Usually I start off showing the products I'm working on, the inverters, the solar. We'll get to all that in a second, but I'm getting a little bit better. I'll be able to be putting out some more videos here, guys, on some more things. You know that I'm in the e-commerce business, and we've been so busy. We currently now have 12 stores up and running. We have 6 small home off-grid prepping channels. We have 3 V's Cooking with Love, and if you haven't seen my wife's channel, V's Cooking with Love, oh man, she's got some incredible recipes out there you guys would love. I mean, her chicken wings are way over 20,000 views. People have been going nuts on those. But she's been doing a pierogi marathon, so we'll include a link down on the bottom. I think she's put out 4, 5, 6 different kinds of pierogies so far. But we also have V's Fashion and Design. We've opened up one of those stores, and it's this beautiful jewelry and dresses and name brand colognes and perfumes, Giorgio, Stetson. We have a lot of brand rights for a lot of different things, so you guys, I'll include a link. You can check that out. You'll see all the stuff that we have. Versace, different things like that as well. And we have Small Home SHOGP Art Gallery. Beautiful, beautiful. We set up with an incredible artist that just does the most beautiful hand paintings that you've ever seen, oil on canvas. So we have that store as well. We'll include a link. And then we have V's Knitting with Love. My wife does some incredible knitting, and she's been spending months building up a bunch of stock so we can get that store open. So that's what we've been tied up with, but we got that getting under control. Between all the stores, we're probably upwards around 800-900 different products that we've had to list and stuff like that. So that's what's been tying us up, but we're getting a lot better on that. So, it's all getting organized and all that. We'll include the links. Like I said, I have 12 stores, but I'm going to include my eBid links on the bottom. Right now, with the grand opening special we're running, we pretty well on our eBid stores. We mostly have everything on those stores that are combined on the other stores. Okay, so we have most of our products on those stores, and if they're not, that means we have it on eBid and not on the other stores. So we'll include that link because that's where the best prices are right now for everything. So that's what's been tying us up, guys. But let's jump into this. Alright, so we'll start up here at my panels. If you guys follow the channel, you've seen this before, but these are my panels. You've seen the installation. If you haven't, I'll include that in the end screen, but we'll start off with my solar system over here. Like I said, these are 800 watts or 100 watts a piece. I have them wired in parallel, so they're 12 volts, and that's pretty well what they are. Like I said, I'll include the video when I install them. It's a pretty elaborate installation process, but let me show you what connects to all this. Okay, so this is the guts of the solar. This is the power inverter right here. It's a 6,000 watt inverter. It's 12 volts, and you see I have a couple other inverters over here, and these are things we also do sell on our website as well, on our e-commerce stores, not our website, but e-commerce stores. Not exactly like this, but same thing. One is a car that plugs into the cigarette lighter on the left over here, and the other one can be connected to, cars, batteries, whatever. But anyways, the way this works is the solar panels put out about 18 volts. I'm not going to start going through readings. It's in the other videos. You guys have seen that, so I'm just doing a quick breakdown because we've got a lot to cover here. So the solar panels put out 18 and 19 volts. They come into these 2 breakers right over here, okay? Now, the 8 panels you saw, I have those wired in separate banks, okay? They're actually 4 panels apiece. That's why you see 2 reds and you see 2 blacks, okay? One red is connected to 4 panels, the other red is connected to the other 4 panels, and same with the blacks, and they come into 2 breakers right over here, okay? Then from there, they go into what's called charge controllers, all right? And these are Renogy Rover charge controllers. I just love them. They're incredible. They work really, really good. And if you guys seen the other videos, I went through a few charge controllers before I actually found these that I liked here. So what this will do, okay, and again, I'm not going to start pushing buttons and showing you stuff because I've done that before. You can see the other videos and see all that. But these will take 19 volts. Now, we can't put 19 volts into 12-volt batteries, right? It's going to damage your batteries. So what these do is these are charge regulators. They will reduce the voltage down to the correct voltage, which is usually around 14 volts in that area when it's charging. Fully charged, the batteries are at 13.7. So it's around 14 volts. It'll stay just higher, but they also monitor the battery voltage, the charge, and when they're completely charged, then they stop the charging so your batteries don't overcharge. When I'm not using, like now you see it's 0.37, I don't have anything turned on, my batteries are fully charged. If I were to turn these on and I were to put a load on this, you would see this amperage shoot sky high because my inverter would be pulling the current that I'm producing from the solar panels before the batteries, okay? So at that point, I'm running on free electricity, more or less, free once I put all this stuff in. So that's what your charge controller does. There's another one down over here, okay, and coming out of the 2 charge controllers are 2 more breakers over there, and those breakers connect down into the batteries. Let's see if I can get over here a little bit. Okay, yeah, you can see right over there we have one of the negatives coming over here, and you see this thicker black wire that we have over here. This is going to the back of the power inverter right over there, and these jump from battery to battery to battery. You see these wires over here. So I have 5 of them, so it's a total of 101, what was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. 5,000 watt hours, whatever. It's about 6,000, somewhere between 5 and 6,000. I can't remember off the top of my head. Amp hours that we have over here of electricity. So that your inverter will take 12 volts to come from the battery, and it turns it into 240 volts through these wires here. Okay, and I can break that down. This is called split phase. Just because you see an inverter says it puts out 240 does not mean it puts out 2 legs of 120. You got to be very, very careful of that if you're buying inverters, okay? You want, here in America, we have to have what's called a split phase, which are 2 legs of 120 that make 240. So that comes out of my inverter here, and it goes into a disconnect that we have over here. Where is it? Okay, yeah, that we have over here, and I've used this as a junction for a few different things. But basically, I have this turned off right now, and it's unplugged because this feeds a receptacle next to the panel, okay, which I'll get into in a second. So coming to this side, now we have what's called an automatic transfer switch over here, and here's your automatic transfer switch. You can see the light is on, so the utility power is on. However, when we lose power, okay, this connects to a transfer panel where I've transferred all of the 120 circuits that I run on the solar, okay, which is the refrigerator, the lights, the TV, all the receptacles in the house, the security systems, bathroom lights, all the lights in the house, bedrooms, bathrooms, receptacles, even the bathroom receptacles, everything pretty well except the stove, the microwave, the hot water heater. I did not transfer the AC, but the AC is connected to the solar, so I'll get into that in a second so I can run the air conditioner on the solar as well. But right now, this runs everything set up on the solar except the AC. I did not transfer that circuit, and I'll show you how we run that in the solar in a minute. So if we lose the power, what happens is this transfer switch will automatically snap over to the other side, and it's instantaneous, okay? It's a UPS, uninterruptible power supply. So it happens so fast that the lights don't go off, the TV doesn't go off, cameras don't reset, refrigerator doesn't go on a time delay. It's really, really quick. It's uninterruptible is what it is. So that's what that is, okay? So you see the inverter, the charge controller, how the panels work. If you guys have any questions, I'm trying to go through this quick because there's a lot to cover, then just hit me up in the comments and I'll get back to you. So let's go take a look outside. Alright guys, so this is the outside setup, and like I said, I'm going to explain the different options. This is the transfer panel here, so I took all of the circuits out of the main panel over here, which is not the main panel. This is fed from another 200 amp panel, so technically it's a sub panel. But anyways, I took all the circuits that I wanted to transfer the run on my solar, which again, I just told you guys what all that was. I won't go through that again. And I moved them into the transfer panel over here, okay? So now, you see up over here, there's a 30 amp breaker right over here. This 30 amp breaker goes all the way over to the transfer switch that I just showed you guys, okay, and it feeds power to the transfer switch. The neutral also goes there as well, so they have to be equal lengths. So the neutral and the hot both run about 50 feet from this panel into the transfer switch I just showed you. So if the power goes off, okay, right now the transfer switch is sending power from the power company to this right over here. If the power goes off, the transfer switch will swap over to solar, and it'll send the high voltage solar power over here to power the house, okay? And you see on the bottom here, I told you guys I use this panel here. It's a brand new panel pretty much, but it was on my temporary power pole when we were building the house, and I had more breakers in over here. So these are called panel blanks. These spaces were open on the bottom, and I had to fill those per code. So those are called panel blanks, and I put the panel blanks in over there. All right, so option number one for me running is what I'm doing right now, okay? We have power from the power company. Power's coming in. Everything's on the power company. AC, everything, the power company power is feeding this panel over here because that's what the transfer switch is telling it to do. So, option number two, power goes off, okay? So option number two is what's called my interlock kit right over here. So power goes off, and what I do, you see the interlock comes up and it hits the main breaker, okay? Which means I can't turn this on right over here. It will not allow this to be turned on right over here. So I turned off the main breaker, and the handle will slide into this channel here, and I can turn this on. And this, when I showed you guys the disconnect and said it connects to a receptacle, this is the receptacle right here, okay? So what this will do is it will send power from the inverter, from the solar, over into here, okay? And then this is connected to a big cord over here, and it connects to the inlet right over here. here, and the inlet comes up to this breaker right over here. Okay, so that's how this is all wired. So when I turn this breaker on, it will send power from the inverter through the underground wires I buried into this over here. Then it will come through the cord over here and through the wiring up through here into panel. It connects over into here, and it feeds the entire panel. Okay, the entire panel is live. So that's option number one, is entire solar. So that's entire power company, that's entire solar. Now what I want to do, if I want to run on the power company, part power company and part solar, all I'm going to do is I'm either going to turn off this 30 amp breaker right over here, and that will cut power to the transfer switch. A transfer switch will swap over to solar. That will feed this transfer panel with solar, but everything else in this panel will stay from the power company, okay, which would basically just be the microwave, the stove, hot water heater, that's it. And at that point, that would also be the air conditioner as well. Okay, so the power company would supply power to the AC unit, and the solar would supply everything to the 120. Okay, so now, like I was saying, with this breaker being turned on, if the power is off and this is off, now this is going to power the entire panel over here. Okay, this panel is going to send 120 volts into the transfer switch. The transfer switch will think that's coming from the power company, and it will stay engaged on the power company side, even though it's on solar. Okay, so those are two of the options. I can run my house 100% from the power company, half on the power company and half on solar, or 100% on solar, and that's all done through this over here and the transfer switch I showed you over there. So same thing happens with the generator. With the generator, this end over here, okay, where it's plugging into this now, the generator has the same exact receptacle on it. So this cord would now plug into the generator and would do the same exact thing, okay? It would completely power up this panel over here once I turned on the interlock kit. Over here and turned on the breaker. It would power all of this, and this 30 amp breaker that feeds the transfer switch would again interpret that as coming from the power company, even though it's the generator. So everything would run 100% on the generator. Then if I go in there and I pull the disconnect or I turn off the 30 amp breaker, now the solar will kick in, and I'm running half on the generator and half on solar. Okay, same thing basically happens with the generator and the power company. I can do the same thing. So like I said, guys, if you have any questions, I'm trying to get through this fairly quick. I don't want to confuse anyone here, so if I didn't cover this, spend enough time covering this, basically let me know. But like I said, I can run on the power company, which I'm doing right now. I can run half on the power company and half on solar, which means I just turn off this 30 amp breaker, or I go into the shed and I pull out the disconnect, which will do the same thing. It cuts the utility power to the transfer switch. Transfer switch will automatically, like lightning, without any kind of interruption, swap over to solar. Okay, so if my power goes out, it's nighttime. We've had a lot of big storms. We're under a tornado warning the last couple of days. Day before yesterday, all night long, we had the sirens going off with tornado warnings. I think they went off like 5 times. And we've been hit pretty good. Yesterday and the day before, we had some big storms. I did not lose my power. I kind of wanted to, because I wanted to play around with all this and see how it works, and be like, yeah, look at that, we got no power, and look at all the power I got. But we didn't lose power. So anyways, yeah, like I said, this runs completely off of the power company like this. If the power goes off, I'm not home, there's a storm, anything happens, the solar automatically swaps on, so I can never lose power, period. That's it. So anyways, like I said, guys, that's how this thing works. Power company and solar. All solar, generator and power company, generator and solar. I've basically given myself every single option here that I could. So if you guys have any questions, like I said, hit me up in the comments. If you like what we're doing here, then like, subscribe, hit the notification buttons. That really helps us out. I'm going to put my links in the bottom, but right now we don't get highlighted links. We're extremely close to moving into the next level as a YouTube content creator, and we will have highlighted links. We get a community tab where we can all interact more together. So yeah, I'll include the links on the bottom. For now, you just have to copy and paste them in your browser, and it takes you right to the stores. I've tried it, and I'm going to include my eBid stores. But yeah, like I said, guys, check it out. We have a lot of great stuff there. Small home off-grid prepping, which are the ones we have 6 stores. We have all kinds of stuff out there. We have a lot of solar generators. We have solar panels. We have archery compound bows. We have tents. We have camping equipment. We just have so many different things. We have guys, just check it out, because there's so many different things. But like I said, it's all mostly what this channel is about: off-grid stuff, solar, things like that. And if you do guys go on and you do purchase something from us, that gives you free lifetime technical warranty support. We have 100% satisfaction guarantee. We have 30-day returns on our products if you don't like them. So yeah, the thing is too, though, is when you're doing any kind of projects or whatever, you're not sure what to do, it actually gives you contact with me, okay, our technical support. I am the technical support. You guys won't reach one of our other people, this and that. If you're coming through our YouTube channel and you purchase something, send me a message that you purchased it, and now you're going to have direct contact with me if you have any problems. We even, we actually help out a lot of people. I just had one from my eBay store, a customer who purchased a weed eater, 4-in-1 weed eater that comes with the chainsaw, the weed eater and all that. Did not purchase it from me, purchased it from somebody else. And what happens is, a lot of the stuff that's been sitting, you see stuff on eBay that's cheap. Well, you got to watch out, guys, because during COVID, you guys remember, a lot of stuff sat on container ships for a long time. Nobody unloaded it. I just seen one complaint on a bottle of perfume from another customer that said that, it was a good name brand perfume that smells good, and she was complaining that it smelled rotten. She had to wash it off her. Well, that's because it sat in the heat for over a year, and that's what happened with this gentleman. His weed eater, he bought one cheap that came off of a COVID ship, and it broke right after, lasted about 30 days, and it broke, and I saw the part that broke, and it was from humidity. These things sit in the ships and humidity and all that. But anyways, he was not my customer, but even though he had bought a product that failed not long after he bought it, and the company he bought it from did not have a satisfaction guarantee, I actually got on with the manufacturer from China, because it's easy for us. We have contracts set up. We have the right contacts, and everything like that with the products we deal with. We know who to contact for technical support, and I was able to help him out. So even though he was not my customer, I was able to help him out. But yeah, guys, like I said, we have free lifetime technical support. If you go on Small Home Off-Grid Prepping, you see something like you get it from us, then you have all the advice you want. It's forever. So anyways, guys, like I said, I'll include the links. I'll be coming out with another video. I'm going to be trying to get down to at least once a week here. So again, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.